Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a midweek check-in from my space. This is my first time ever doing like a virtual reading from my loft downtown. I've got the sun in like full effect behind me. My monstera is like popping. It's crazy. It was like kind of a little bit like crushed in earlier when I first moved in here, and now she's just like letting herself air out. But I wanted to do a quick reading this week because I feel like there's an energy of multiple choices. I feel like I've been talking to a number of people who are being faced, like I talked about last week, about like multiple endings and multiple beginnings, but I feel like there is an air of just having a multitude of choices, and maybe it's time to kind of go still and either do a little self-reading or self-reflection to see which direction that you want to go in. And the guides are listening right now, and I'm noticing that because it was a couple weeks ago, so maybe like 2 weeks ago, I'd made a comment to my partner, and I was like, I really miss the culture of New York City. I miss the like historical culture where I could go to the Met and I could sit in a different wing of the Met and just be, ensconced in this amazing different culture, of just history, whether it was like the Egyptian wing or, the Native American wing, or if it was like the French history wing. I just remember, I miss, that kind of tether to the world from a historical standpoint. And the day after I said that, I got a call from the Museum of Asheville. I think it's like the Art Museum of Asheville, and they're holding an event on April 6th, and they were looking for a tarot reader, to do readings on their rooftop while they're having their community day, doing like a tarot and like graffiti exhibit. And right away I was like, okay, my guides are listening. Like, I'm gonna be reading in a museum. They're like, how's this? It's like, how's that going? And so they're trying. And so I wanted to do a reading because if you are in a place of like multiple options, maybe now's the time to be like, hey guides, can you just show me which way to go? Or I really want this. What do you guys think of that? I think it's the time to have your team weigh in with you. And so I want to do a quick reading on this beautiful day in my beautiful space, just around that. So current energy is Raido, which is journey. I think that in all of our journeys in life and all of our purposes, we do have that crossroads moment on deciding which way we're going to go. And I think it's really important that when we hit those crossroad moments, because I always also believe in like, I think there's a movie called like Sliding Doors or something like that, where it's almost like if you make the decision to go right, there's a version of you that went right. And if you go make a decision to go left, there's that version of you that went left. And so I think that if you sit within and understand like, what is the bigger picture of where I'm going, that's like the current energy that you're in, I feel like it's gonna help you weigh in with your guides, make the decision to go on the journey that you're meant to go on. So Raido is journey. Your challenge though, I pulled two. Well, let's just fly with it. Oh, this is cool. So your challenge is Inguas, which is knowing that whichever way, whichever direction you go, you're always going to be provided with abundance. So that's the one thing I think that we worry, and we're so conditioned by the way that we're raised, or patriarchy, or the way that the government economy is structured, that we're always coming from a place of lack instead of a place of abundance. And so, that is the challenge, is like getting past that place of lack and knowing that either way that you decide to go, you're covered, you're good. And then the other rune is Kanu, which is like taking that opportunity. But before you do that, stepping into that torch, that opportunity, that moment for you, look both ways, almost like use it as a precautionary moment to say, is this really for me? Make a list of pros and cons and move in that direction. And the outcome of that, and to me, it's like Inguas and Kanu are both very measured runes. One is like knowing that you're coming from abundance. It takes energy to get you there. And then Kanu is like making the list of pros and cons. Like that to me is like, making the full, like looking at the bigger picture. And then the outcome of that is the ability to make the move for your greatest good, which is Tewaz, which is self-confidence. So one last time, if you were in that in this moment of like multiple opportunities flying your way and you having the choice to kind of move in any of those directions, your current energy is Raita, which is journey, knowing that this is your journey, whichever way you decide to go, that is the way that you're meant to be. Knowing that you are covered by your guides and that you're coming from a place of abundance, but you're still making the measured decision to make the list of pros and cons before you move in that direction. Know that like you're covered that way. It's like be informed in the way that you make your choices. Like use your brain as well as your higher self, and the outcome of that is Tewaz, which is self-confidence. Which is really great. I mean, it seems pretty formulaic, the reading today, but sometimes when we're met with all of those decisions and all of those options, it's sometimes good to just kind of sit back and be like, what do I want my life to be like? And, when I sit with clients who are in a moment, or even friends who are in a moment of like indecision, I always have this question of like, what would you do if you like won the lottery and you didn't have to worry about anything, like money, whatever, no consequences? And I'm like, what are 3 things off the top of your head that you would do? And a lot of the times, if my clients have like really thought about what direction they want to go in and what their purpose is, of course, everyone's like, oh, travel or buy that house or whatever it is. But if they really are sitting in their purpose, they actually will say like, I want to accomplish my purpose and then have this abundant life. And that is the whole point of this, is if you are met with multiple options right now, like think about what your purpose is in life and specifically your journey of why you're here, and then stay true to that energy, like stick close to that energy and don't divert from it. Like move through it, even though it's difficult, your ass is covered. So good luck and have a great week.